The Nordstrom anniversary sale is wrapping up this Sunday, so if you're doing any last minute shopping, this is the last weekend to take advantage of these amazing deals. In today's video, I wanted to highlight the top 45 items that are still in stock and definitely worth considering. I'll primarily be focusing on fashion staples and basics that I would recommend, but I do have a few beauty and baby and other products that I cannot believe are still in stock. So there's some good stuff in today's video. I was honestly shocked how many of my favorites are still in stock, but do keep in mind that this is the last week to shop and things are going to be coming and going very quickly. Even when I was trying to source this video, I clicked through my wish list, the item was out of stock. I ended up finding it on the webpage and then there was one in stock. So now is definitely the time where people are making last minute exchanges or returns, and stock will change almost by the minute, it seems. So let's dive in to make the most of these final days of the Nordstrom anniversary sale. I'm going to be running through the products fairly quickly, especially the ones that I have shared and reviewed and tried on in my try-on hauls. I have a part 1 and a part 2, so I will link all of my Nordstrom sale videos below if you want to give them a final look or catch up on any of the content you may have missed. Starting off with the sweater dress, it's still available in 3 colors, retails for $59, but during the sale you can get it under $40. I would say it is true to size. If you want a closer fit, you could size down for a little bit of a shorter, more date night type of fit. If you want it to be a little bit looser, a little more casual, go with your normal size. Next is this Veronica Beard tote. This one is a little bit pricier at $4.29 in the sale. It's available in beige and navy. I purchased this bag myself and it's one of my favorite buys from the sale. I think it's such a practical bag and I anticipate to use it as a everyday mom / diaper bag this fall season. I think it would also make a really great work bag as well, and I love the size. It's not too big, not too small. You can wear it crossbody, and it also has external pockets, which I love. I recommend these soft stretch briefs every single year since I discovered them back in 2021, and it's something that I have continually purchased every single year in the Nordstrom anniversary sale since. I actually just added 3 more to my cart as I was looking at it because I really liked this pale pink color. These are so comfortable, one size fits most. And if you buy 3, you end up getting a better deal. They end up being priced at $13.99. I was very surprised to see this cast-on cotton jacket still in stock, especially in the cream. I think it's such a cute option, especially as a transitional sort of lighter jacket. It also is available in green and navy as well. It does have a more relaxed, oversized fit. I got my normal size small and it's pretty roomy, but at the same time, I prefer that type of fit over something tight and fitted with this sort of jacket. This jacket retails for $59.99. It will be $89.99 come Monday. And if you're looking for a casual jacket to style with jeans and athleisure, I think this one's really cute. Next up is this pointed toe knee-high boot from Vince Camuto. They have a lot of color options in this boot in particular, and the reason I would recommend this one is I love the lighter beige neutral. I think it is such a staple, and it's one that I have in my wardrobe that I reach for over and over because it works with everything. It can pair with black, it can pair with whatever brown you want to pair it with. Sometimes it can get tricky pairing different browns together during the fall season, but this boot will work with everything, especially in that color. Retails for $149 during the sale. So if you want to get a head start on your fall shopping, you can save $100 by buying them now. These boots have a very comfortable heel height. It's blocked heel, so you don't have to worry about sinking in the grass. They're not too tall. I generally recommend to size up a half size in boots personally because I find that more comfortable, especially if you want to add an insert or a thicker sock. And these do come in wide calf option as well. If you're on the market for some luxury skincare, this is one of my favorite purchases from the sale. The value is over $510 and you can get it right now in the sale for $342. So it is still a very pricey item, but I have been dying to try this brand out and so far I've been extremely happy with it. It is a very rich, luxurious face moisturizer. I primarily use it at night, but when I was in Jackson Hole, I used it morning and night because my skin was desperate for a little more humidity and hydration. I also love that they had this option that came with the eye cream because I desperately needed one that was pregnancy safe. So this one was one of my personal favorite purchases from the sale. Definitely expensive, but I've been very happy with it. Another knee-high boot recommendation, if you're looking for something with a very low heel height that doesn't feel wobbly, I find that why is that the case with a lot of really tiny heels? You would think it'd be the opposite and like a super tall heel would be very unstable feeling, but no, I actually find that the little heels feel more wobbly for whatever reason. But this boot is not wobbly. It feels very easy to walk in. It comes in black, white, and brown. Personally, I would be scared to wear the white because it is a suede. So unless you're gonna be very, very careful when you wear those, I would steer you clear of that color option. But the brown is a beautiful option. I feel like these look very designer. I don't know what designer in particular, but I feel like they kind of give a much more high-end vibe to them. They do have a zipper that comes up fully, so they're really easy to get off and on. And just like the other boot, if you go ahead and buy them now before the fall season, you can save $100 on them. I do have a more detailed review on all of the shoes that I tried. So if you're still in the market for some shoes, you're wondering about sizing or my personal recommendations or some things that I honestly didn't recommend, I will link the blog post where I went into more detail on all the shoes down below. Next was a baby favorite. This one came in a little bit later, so I actually don't even think I've really shared it, but this was one of my must-have wish list items. It's the Nuna travel stroller. Honestly, cannot believe this is still in stock because I did get like a spreadsheet from Nordstrom that goes over stock and things like that, and this was one of the items that they didn't have a ton of stock on. It is honestly insane how much baby gear has gone up over the years because I had my first baby in 2021 and I can already like see a huge jump in the price point, which is very frustrating. But I would much rather spend $429.99 getting it during the sale than going full priced $575. There are two color options. I ended up going with the gray over the black. Just I find the black shows more. I know a lot of people get black because it doesn't show as much, but I find like my blonde hair would be all over the stroller if it was black. So I did go with the gray. Honestly, the gray wouldn't be my number one first choice. I really like the hazelnut, or I like the tan, like when the Nuna strollers have like the tan detail that's on the black. But I can't justify spending full priced $575 to get a different color when I could just get this one on sale. I did get this one in, put it together myself. It was really easy and I love this thing. I haven't actually used it like with Josie or obviously the new baby yet, but you can just close it up with one hand. It's like a safety push and one button and it folds up. So quick and easy. So this will be the stroller that I put in my car that I use like out and about. Even though it is called the travel stroller, I don't think it actually fits in a overhead bin, just FYI. If you are wanting one strictly for travel, I would recommend the yo-yo. I got the yo-yo last year and it is so compact, but I personally cannot for the life of me remember how to fold it up, and I end up putting it in my car like fully open. And I was just over that. So that's kind of why I went with that stroller. I put the yo-yo in Tim's car. That one would be great if you are wanting one that fits in an overhead bin. But it's just like even my mom, she's like, I don't know how to fold this stroller. So that's kind of why I ended up getting the travel this year for me. Another baby item that I did purchase, this little hooded towel, was too precious to pass up, and it's $35 in the sale. I actually needed, I don't think I even have one that I kept from when Josie was a newborn, or we just used regular towels, honestly. I don't remember, but I felt like we kind of needed one this time go around, and I loved that it had the little bear ears. I thought that was so cute. So go ahead and think ahead. If you know you're going to be going to a baby shower like in the next few months into the year, go ahead and look through the baby stuff for gift ideas, or even for like a new mom type of thing. Just like, don't just think about what you need right now, but go ahead and think next few months, what do I have on my calendar? Even if you don't have a baby, you might have a baby shower to go to. So it's just something to consider. Next up is another really affordable dress. In the sale, it's currently $42.99 and it will be $65 after the sale. Personally, I would not recommend it at full price, $65, because it is like, I don't know, I don't think it's worth $65, but for 40 bucks, I think it's a really cute dress. It is very flattering fit-wise, even with the bump. It is more junior sizing, so typically I go with a medium in this brand. So if you are in between sizes like me, I would recommend to go up a size. But I love that it has the long sleeves, but it's still a lightweight enough dress, so it'd be great for transitioning. I also think it'd be a cute fit for like an end of summer, fall, like country concert type of thing. And I did want to point out, it is 100% cotton if you are looking for more sustainable, natural materials. Two other dresses that are currently in stock, I shared these in my try on haul, I believe part 2 but I'm not positive. But I want to say it was part 2. This floral dress is still in stock. It has a navy base with yellowy floral print overlay. It actually says it's black, but I was pretty convinced that it was navy personally. So take that with a grain of salt. But I really liked the higher neckline, especially on the navy. I guess it's black, but I'm still convinced it was navy. But I liked the little smocking detail there. And then this rust ruffly dress is also very precious. This one had a really good fit and a lot more detail to it than the other one as far as the buttons and the ruffles and the smocking goes. It is a little bit higher price point, probably because it has more material involved. I think it was $85 in the sale. But honestly, just revisiting the BP one that's $42.99 is 100% cotton, whereas these are 100% polyester. I am honestly not the biggest Zella legging person. I am personally a Booty Boost girly from Spanx, which we will get to some Spanx things. But this year I did pick up the Zella leggings because I really loved this tan heathered legging. Light colored leggings can be extremely hit or miss, and anytime I can find pieces that aren't black or super dark athleisure wise, I am always immediately drawn to them. And for a light legging, these were extremely flattering. I will say I at least have to be a little careful with like camel toe situation because they are a more relaxed type of legging. They're more like a line versus like a compressive legging, and they do have a center seam. It could have been because I had to like pull them up a little bit higher over the bump. I'm not sure, but did want to point that out. That I would probably just wear them with longer tops for that reason. They do also come in burgundy and black, and they're just a very comfortable legging. Like I said, they're not super compressive. Currently $35.99 in the sale. So for this type of style, it's good for lower impact, think walks, Pilates, yoga, Pure Barre type of thing. I think they'd also be really great for travel because they do have a more comfortable, less compressive fit. And then another Zella item that I picked up this year that I was really happy with are the biker shorts. I wore these in Jackson Hole for a hike. They were really convenient because they have the little side pockets, which look-wise, I'm not the biggest fan of pockets because I feel like they add a little bit of bulk on the thighs, but functionality-wise, I love that it can like fit your phone. So I didn't carry a backpack or anything because I had a 7-month bump to carry around, but it was nice that I had like a little spot to put my phone in. And these also are very flattering. They're a little more compressive than the leggings were in my experience, maybe because again, more material with the pockets. It is interesting that they're a little bit more. They're $39.99 in the sale. You would think that they would be less than the leggings because there's less material, but maybe the pockets add, like I guess stitching wise, maybe they have to charge a little more. I don't know. I tried a few different bras in the sale this year, and this one was my personal favorite. I loved the strap detail. I thought that was really pretty, and it was very comfortable. Like, very interesting material for a bra, very thin, which I think led to how comfortable it was. And out of all of them that I tried, this one just seemed to fit me the best as well. I tried the Feathers from the same brand, which is a beautiful bra with all the lace detail, but I don't know if it was just the material or the fit, maybe like the smaller cup size. I think the review said that it ran smaller. It just didn't seem like as comfortable as I would like. And then I tried a t-shirt bra, and again, I just felt like I had to like tighten the straps weird to where it wasn't actually as comfortable as this one, even though this one has a wire. So if you are on the market for a bra, out of the 3 that I tried, this one was my favorite and by far the most comfortable. Actually, another Zella favorite. I love Zella, but like I was just saying, like I don't wear their leggings very often. But these ultra soft knit wide leg pants, one of my favorite buys. They are currently on sale for $48.99. They will be $79 after the fact, and honestly, I think they're like, I would spend full price on them type of thing. I hope that there's something that they restock and continue to carry into the fall season because I know I'm going to be wearing mine a ton. I got the color beige ivory, which I do think is a little bit lower in stock, but they also have a tan and I believe a navy color option. I got my normal size small, even with a bump. They were very comfortable. I loved the waistband. They didn't dig in. I feel like this is a comparable option to the Spanx Air Essentials if you're looking for something a little bit different. And I also think these pants could be dressed up a little bit more formally, just with the cut and like the little faux zipper detail to them. If you are in between two sizes, I would say go with your size down. Honestly, don't have a ton of top favorites. Like, I guess there are a few sweaters, but as far as tops go, this one was kind of the only one that really stood out to me. The little floral detail. I loved the print and the colors, and it just had a really sweet like shape to it. It wasn't, even though it's roomy, it was still very flattering where it hit at the hips. And I think it's also versatile. Will look cute with jeans and flats if you want to be casual, but also can work in your work wardrobe. It does have functional buttons if you need that accessibility. And during the sale, it is $64.99 and it will go up to $98 after the sale. The Nordstrom Cashmere sweaters are pretty much out of stock in a lot of color options, but the tan is still in stock, and I wanted to share that as a really good neutral option. I think the tan color is really pretty this year. Has almost like a little bit of a pinky undertone to it. In the sale, their cashmere is $98.99, and I will say, compared to previous years, especially the last year and the year before, they definitely revamped the cashmere. It felt thicker, a little more luxurious, and just not as just not as thin, I guess. So definitely recommend like the cashmere pieces in the sale from Nordstrom this year, because I do think that they upgraded the quality. Should I add the tan to my cart? I'm gonna put it in there. We'll see if it ends up staying in there for checkout, but I really like the color. I personally bought it in the chocolate this year, which I do think is sold out. The UGG styles are definitely getting pretty low inventory wise. I know the Tasman, I don't know what they're called, the slippers are pretty much almost completely out, especially in most of the neutral colors, but the mini spill seam, I think is what they're calling it, version is still relatively in stock. I actually packed these with me to Jackson Hole and was so glad that I had them, because it was perfect to throw on for like walking to the coffee shop in the morning. It was actually pretty chilly in the mornings. Like the first day we were there, it was in the 40s. And I also wore these for like a travel day home, and you can't go wrong with Uggs. They're so comfortable. I also think that these in particular are very flattering on the ankle because of the way they open up. Just makes your ankle look a little bit smaller. After the sale ends on Sunday, they will go up to $170. So if you're considering some Uggs, definitely check out their options, because I never see Uggs on sale other than during this sale. This quilted jacket was one of the most popular best-selling items by far for the sale this year. I picked it up in the burgundy color, which is like the lowest stock available, but it is still available in either navy or black or the like gray cream color. I loved the cut of this. It had a cinch waist. It was longer, so great to throw on with leggings, casual athleisure. I also loved the little like cut on the side. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a seamstress, sorry. Does have a very relaxed, roomy fit, so if you're in between two sizes, you can size down. I stuck with my normal size small, and I have plenty of room to layer with underneath. Another beauty item that I have been very happy with, and my skin has been very happy with, is this Estee Lauder serum. I've been using this primarily at night and really like layering on all the moisture, starting off with this product after I wash my face. This is a hyaluronic serum. It is pregnancy safe from what I have looked into. And with this one, you're getting a big deluxe size of the product. So after the sale, it will go up to like $260, but you can get it right now for $171. If you don't have a hyaluronic acid in your skincare regimen, I definitely recommend adding one in. My skin has been noticeably more glowy and hydrated ever since I added in a few different hyaluronic acid products. I use a different one in the morning just because I have it. It's from Skin Farm. Quick run through of my skincare routine if you're curious. In the morning, I like to use vitamin C and then the hyaluronic acid and then moisturizer, then sunscreen. And then in the evening, after I double cleanse, I'll go in with this Estee Lauder serum and then the rich cream. And my skin has honestly never looked better since like revamping my skincare routine. Another dress favorite, I think this dress is so unique and chic, and I love the print. I'm very picky when it comes to prints, but I am a big fan of this one. Also has a little bit of a Western flair to it. It's this Julia Jordan dress. Sizes are getting pretty limited in it, but I did want to re-mention it because it was one of my personal favorites. On sale right now for $89.99. If you are in between sizes in this one, I would say to go up. It does have a pretty close fit in the chest area. I got a size 6 in it. Ties at the waist, and it looks like silk, but it is polyester. Okay, this is one of my favorite basics. If you need like a good casual basic to wear with leggings, throw on athleisure wise, definitely pick up one of these Zella tees. I actually ended up buying 2 colors in it this year. I have it in the white. If you aren't sure what color to get, I would recommend the white because it's still light enough to wear even now during the summer. I actually wore mine all day yesterday. The darker colors can get a little bit warmer because I wore the navy in Jackson, and in the afternoon I was getting a little toasty in it. But I love the fit of it. It's roomy. I actually went with the size medium just because I wanted it to be a little bit of a looser and longer fit. But it does have a very relaxed fit overall. It has the thumb holes, just the perfect little athleisure tee. One of my favorite sweaters in this sale is this Caslon sweater. It's still available in a lot of color options. I picked up the pink. It is a wool and cotton blend. I would say it's more of a cotton. It feels like a cotton sweater to me. Not itchy or anything like that. I love the detailing to it. It's a really good thickness as well. Oh wait, it is actually 55% merino wool and 45% cotton. That's not honestly what I was thinking, but like just wool can be just very itchy to me personally and just very warm. That is actually such a good deal. That's one of like the hidden gems in the sale. If you ask me, it is currently $59.99 in the sale, and it will go up to $89.50 after, like, on Monday. It does have a more relaxed fit, so I wouldn't necessarily say to size up. If you like a roomier fit in your sweater, I would just stick with your normal size. I got it in a small. If you want to see it on, I will link my try-on haul below. Another sweater, this was one of the top sellers again, and I think one of y'all's favorites from the sale. It's the Nordstrom turtleneck cashmere sweater. I somehow completely missed this in the preview, even though I look at it like multiple times a day, every day for like a week, creating the lookbook, which if you haven't picked up the lookbook yet or checked it out, I would still even recommend it because you can use it as outfit inspiration. So it's basically, there's like 150 outfits that I put together from this sale. Everything is very like just classic, chic outfits in my opinion, and I think this was my favorite lookbook to date. I loved how the outfits turned out, but also just like I added little fun themes for where to wear each outfit. And I wish I saw this because I would have styled it so much in the lookbook, but I ended up seeing it in store and it ended up being one of my favorite purchases. I picked it up in chocolate, which does have limited sizing. Right now when I'm filming this, it says there's 2 mediums left, but the other 2 colors are fully in stock. It's a little bit more of an investment piece. Cashmere typically is. It's $159 in the sale and it will go up to $230 after. Quality-wise, it's exceptional. It's a thicker cashmere, long enough to wear with leggings, more of a tunic length. It reminds me a lot of a sweater that I have from Reese, like composition-wise and even like just styling-wise, but it's a little bit longer, which is nice, again, for the leggings factor. Next up is another knee-high boot. I took these with me to Jackson and I love the detail. I do think they lean a little bit trendier. They have a little bit more of a Western look to them, but if you're kind of good with your classic like staple boots, I think this is a really cute boot to add to your fall and winter wardrobe. I got them in the brown suede. They have some really good unique options as well. I was considering getting the olive originally. They are available in wide calf. I would recommend to size up. Just in general, I personally found them to be bunion busters, if I'm being honest, when I wore them in Jackson. They just felt so tight in my toe that I wish I had gotten the next size up. I got a 9, which is what I normally do in boots, but I actually wish I got a 9.5 in them. They are available in wide calf as well. I will call these out that they're pretty tall, so if you're petite, they might be a little too tall for you. And if you have a very, very wide foot, they might be a little too narrow for you, but I would just try like a size up to see if they end up working because they are so cute. There are still some sizes left in my favorite jeans, the Mother Hustler jeans. It's interesting looking at the reviews. People say that these run slightly small. However, I personally, like I'm usually a 28, but I actually have these in a 27, and my assistant bought them in her like general neck size down because they have a lot of stretch to them. So that's my personal experience with them, but I guess other reviewers think that they run small. I just think they're very stretchy. But I own these jeans in 3 different washes. The white is definitely by far my most worn, but you can't go wrong with a good medium wash either. With this boot style, it's more of a cropped ankle, so I would recommend, it works with like slide-on shoes, flats. If you're gonna wear a boot, I would recommend more of a slim, like fitted bootie, something that doesn't add like a lot of chunk, like, you know, a fitted bootie. I don't know why I have to go into even more detail. But they also look great with like heels for date night if you want to dress them up. So they work with a lot of different shoe options. If you wanted to tuck them into jeans, I also think they'd work because they are pretty fitted through the top half of the leg, and you could just like fold the crop isn't too wide to where you couldn't stuff them inside boots either. My favorite mascara is still in stock in the sale. I think this is a really great deal because beauty doesn't ever really go on sale, and you're basically, I think, nearly getting one for free. They have a black and a brown set, which I love as a brown mascara girly myself. This is a volumizing mascara, very buildable without being super clumpy, which is always the goal. Like, who wants clumpy lashes? All right, some Spanx favorites. I cannot believe the Booty Boost are still in stock. I think if they didn't do black this year, the black would have been for sure sold out, but the smoke is still in stock. I actually have this color and think it's a really beautiful neutral fall tone. Okay, I had a little memory card dilemma and I have no idea where I left off talking about the Booty Boost leggings, but I'll just say that they're the best, most flattering leggings. I do a medium in these. If you're unsure, it doesn't hurt to size up. These are pretty compressive. I still find them very comfortable just based on where they hit me in the torso. Like they're still high rise, so they're not like digging and compressing the middle of my organs type of thing. But they're also not rolling down on my short torso, which is, for whatever reason, very annoying to deal with. Like very stretchy, high-waisted leggings, I hate when they start rolling over because they just give me like a bulge that is not necessary. There's a reason that I've been raving about these since I first discovered them in, I think, 2019. So if you're on the fence, just put them in your cart and try them. That's all I'll say. Not to mention, the deal is way better than my promo code. They've changed it recently to 15% off. So you can get them right now for $64.99. These sandals are totally random. I don't even think I shared them, but I actually own these sandals. I keep them by our front door. I call them like my mailbox shoes. I just slip them off and on when I need to run out of the house to water the plants or go to the mailbox type of thing. They're very comfortable. They are like a great beach shoe. I think that's kind of their whole vibe of the brand, even just based on the name. Olokai, I think, is what the brand is, but they're very comfortable and they're just like a great throw on and go type of shoe. I personally don't wear them like out with athleisure because I think there's a little bit cuter options, but for the functionality wise, they're very comfortable and obviously easy to slip on. And they would make for a great like pool/beach shoe for sure. Totally random, but I actually ended up just adding this to my cart. When I looked a few weeks ago, it was sold out, so I don't think it's like a super in-demand product, but it's just a stain and suede like protectant to put on your shoes. I have usually used Scotchgard in the past, but I figured it'd be worthwhile to try this brand. I have really great reviews and it's $14 in the sale. So just kind of something that I just added to my cart to get when I'm checking out with my extra panties that I probably don't need. But I'll try these on my Uggs and let you know. If you are getting any suede shoes, it is worthwhile to protect them. It will just keep them cleaner. I have sprayed all of my shoes, like even before traveling, just in case it rains, like if I'm taking them to New York or something. Definitely worthwhile to like spend that little extra money to protect your shoes. So I'll be trying these on my new Uggs whenever it comes in. Speaking of Spanx, I also wanted to mention the wide leg Air Essentials pant is also still in stock. Again, just a better price point than you can get other times in the year, especially considering my promo code. And also like Spanx does a really good Black Friday sale, just to put that on your radar. I think the pricing is actually it is similar. But their sizes go very quickly during the Black Friday sale. So nice option to consider if your size is generally out of stock. In Air Essentials, I do wear a size small. The medium is just a little too loose in the leg and I don't find them as flattering. So if you're in between, like I'm very in between a small and medium, I went with a small. So that would be my suggestion. My waist measures for a small and my booty measures for the medium, if that helps you figure out your Spanx sizing. Another casual piece, the Zella joggers are also still in stock. I have these in the cream. I also bought them in navy like a few years ago. Honestly, I don't wear the navy very much. But again, like I was saying earlier, I love like lighter color athleisure when I can find it. For this weekend, you can get them for $45.99. They have 3 different color options available in the sale this year. Fit-wise, these have a pretty slim fit through the leg. So if you have like wider calves or like more athletic thighs, I would recommend to size up. Personally, they fit me really well. I have pretty like skinny legs, I guess. I don't know. So it's nice to have something a little more fitted that doesn't stretch out like a lot of other joggers do. And the material on these is also thinner. They're not a sweatpant material, so they're a lighter weight. So they won't work when it's like freezing out type of thing, but for transitional weather or even during summer, they're not too heavy to wear even now. Next is another investment piece. I actually don't know why I didn't share this, but I actually bought this in the sale last year and I saw that it was still in stock. This is the Vince Cashmere sweater. I will say it runs small. I got a medium and it definitely fits more like a small. But this is a very high quality cashmere. If you are new to cashmere, not sure if you're gonna wear it, I wouldn't recommend spending this amount of money on one, but if you're someone who loves those classic staples, you're looking for the warmth of woolen cashmere, this is definitely one to consider because the thickness and quality is just exceptional, and especially in the tan, it's a classic. It's more of a dressier sweater, so great for workwear, more elevated type of outfits, or like if you're gonna pair it with jeans, like it just gives you a more elevated look because it is on the fitted side. So in the sale, it is $2.99. Again, an investment, but very impressed with the quality. And it seems like the reviews agree because it does have 5 stars. And after the sale, it'll be $3.48. Another item I actually don't think I highlighted a ton this year just because I felt like Barefoot Dreams is just feeling a little repetitive in the sale. But I did see that the robe is in stock and I just wanted to mention it because I got mine in 2018 and it's still something that I continually reach for when it's colder. Right now during summer, it's definitely too warm for me, which is maybe why it wasn't as much on my radar, but I got that thing in 2018. It's held up great and I still get a ton of wear out of it. So I do think it's a really good option. It's $112 in the sale. It'll be $169 later down the road. And this is a piece that I would also think through gifting ahead of time, like be a great gift for your mom for the holidays, a new mom type of thing, or if you are going to be a new mom postpartum, depending on the year that you're going to be postpartum, because I wouldn't recommend it for summer because like postpartum sweats and all that, you don't need that much warmth. But during winter and stuff, it's so cozy. It's basically like a wearable version of the blanket. And the pink is really a pretty option to consider that is in stock. They also have a like gray color and a sand color. I also want to note this one is thinner than the one that I have. Like the one I have is very like, it is thicker than the blanket. So maybe that's why they like thinned it down a little bit so it wouldn't be as warm. I don't know. I am mentioning this one as an in-stock item like with a grain of salt. It is currently in stock with 2 mediums. But I just wanted to again put it on the radar because you can catch a return, and this is by far one of my favorite buys from the sale. I have already worn it, I think at least 6 times this month in July. And it's like more of a fall piece. So I have a feeling I will be living in mine this fall season. I took it with me to Jackson. I wore it traveling out there. I wore it for coffee runs. I wore it traveling back, I think even. Like I just won't stop wearing it. It's so soft and comfy, perfect with a bump right now. long enough for leggings. It will be nursing friendly because the zipper comes down a little bit longer. Very happy with that purchase. I sized up to a medium just because I wanted it to be even more loose and casual, especially around the hip area. So this one may or may not be in stock when the video goes up, but definitely worth checking to see if your size is available in case you missed out on it. If you are on the market for a very elegant wrap coat, the Ralph Lauren version is still in stock. I have a little bit of a shorter version from Ralph Lauren, and it never fails that I get compliments on it. It is such a gorgeous coat. It looks way more expensive than it was. It's still like a pricier item. It's $239 in the sale, and it will be $370 after, which I think the one that I got was for something full price. I don't know. That's interesting. But I love a good cream coat during fall and winter. It just looks so elegant, and everyone's wearing black during fall and winter, so I love to wear my light colors, I guess. But I think it's a beautiful coat option. Some of the Nordstrom pajamas, I know that is one of the most shopped items year after year in the sale. People pick one up every single year. They are so soft and comfy, nursing friendly, make a great gift again down the road if you're thinking holidays. I think the brown dot is a cute option for the fall season. You could just snuggle up on the couch with your little PSL and put on Hocus Pocus. I'm getting excited for fall. Here in the South, we live for fall because it is just so dang hot and humid here, especially when you are in your 3rd trimester pregnant. I've just been inside. So I'm ready for a little newborn fall snuggles and football. So sorry for those of you who live for the summer months, but it is not me. But I could totally see where you're coming from, especially if you live up north. I would probably be more of a summer girly if I lived up north, but it's hot down here, y'all. Okay, the Vince cardigan coat. I saw that there are some sizes available in that one. I loved this year's version because it has a subtle herringbone print to it. And it's a really nice lighter, it's called camel. I wouldn't say it's camel. It looks more like a beige to me personally. But this is a very, very warm, cozy coat. It's definitely a thick sweater material. And you know how coats, they wouldn't be comfortable to wear inside type of thing when you're cold. This one is wearing a very warm blanket. So it doesn't feel like you can't wait to take it off type of thing because it's just super cozy. I bought my Vince Coatigan in 2022 and I still have it, still love it, still wear it. It does run bigger. I personally sized down in mine to an extra small just to have a little less material to work with. I don't know. I just thought it was more flattering. So if you want a very oversized fit, then just get your normal size. Ooh, $5.98 after the sale. That's a little rough. But the reviews on it for this year's version is really good. Let's see. Cozy and elevated, soft and sleek, classic sophistication, perfect travel coat. Yeah, it would be good for travel, especially during the winter, obviously. Okay, someone else did say it is more yellow than camel. It doesn't look camel-y, at least in the online photo. Definitely looks more like a beige. This ribbed sleeve sweater dress is still in stock. I think it's actually in stock in all sizes at the moment. I got it in white. I styled it in my part 1 try on haul. It was very bump friendly. If you want longer length, depending on how tall you are, if you want to make it work for workwear, I would say go up a size just so it's not as fitted. But personally, the small was very true to size for me, even with a bump. The buttons definitely elevate this. They were really nice, gold buttons, not super cheap, which was appreciated. They also wasn't see-through. I still would recommend just nude undergarments underneath, but it is a thicker material. And since it's sleeveless, it would be great to layer with blazers and things like that. If you are on the market for some basics, I was actually very impressed with the Nordstrom long sleeve crew neck basic. I usually go for halogen, but I compared them in store and the Nordstrom one was better quality. It's thicker, definitely ran small. I got a medium and it fit like a small. So I would recommend to size up, especially if you have more broad shoulders. The reviews honestly aren't looking good. Let's see what they're saying about it. Everyone's saying it runs too small. So I guess they agree with me there. I don't know. I feel like reviews are so hit or miss. Like people just complain and write 1 star and it's not even about the item. It's like about Nordstrom shipping. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just weird to me because I guess I wouldn't do that, but I don't know. You have to take reviews with like such a huge grain of salt because most people go on there when they have a bad experience, I guess. But most of the reviews are 1 star because it fits too snugly. So size up, but it's a very good quality basic, I think, for the price point, $32.99. Good thickness to it. I also really liked the tan color. Just mix it up from white and it would still pair really well with like your creams, even black. So, and navy would work well with, and burgundy. It's just a good tan. It's not too warm tone. I was really bummed that this skirt didn't work for me with the bump. I'm actually torn on whether or not to keep it just because I don't know postpartum wise if it's really going to work for me. But I really loved the look and texture of this skirt. It's called a crinkle skirt, and the way the pleats are done with the crinkling, I think just adds a really nice texture, and I think it'd be really great for like wearing with boots and sweaters in the fall season. I do wish it came with a stretchier waistband option, at least in the back, just because you really have to get the sizing right when it comes to a fitted waistband. If you are going to try this one, I would say just stick with your normal size, but when you try it on, do see how it fits sitting down and standing up. Because I find that that can be an issue with like the waistband of this type of skirt, but I think it's beautiful. And it is still fully in stock. It is a little bit pricey though, $116 in the sale. I feel like they could have snuck it under $100 and it would be a little more appropriate for the material, but it's a very chic maxi skirt. Another sweater dress option, if you are a classic girly looking for very sophisticated pieces to add to your wardrobe, I think this ribbed sweater dress from Vince is a gorgeous option. I actually think the like shorter sleeve detail adds some uniqueness to it. And I also think it's a really good price point for the brand. It's $176 in the sale and will be $268 after. Material wise, it is primarily cotton. It's 79% cotton and then there's 19% polyester. Honestly, it's kind of giving like Kate Middleton vibes, even though she wouldn't wear this, if we're being honest, but just like it looks like a very elegant sweater dress. It'd be great for like fall family photos if you want something very sophisticated. A lot of my beauty favorites are also still in stock. I did a dedicated video going through my top recommendations. So just to save time, because I'm sure this was a long video, I will just link to that video if you want to check it out next to see my personal beauty favorites and picks and like my experience with a lot of the products. But that wraps it up for today's in-stock video. Again, prices will go up on Monday, so it's your last weekend to shop. I would love to hear what your favorite purchases were from the sale this year down in the comments below, and I will be back again on Sunday with a new video. Bye.